Hello, everyone. RPG Kingdom Kid here, back with some more stories, The Path of Destinies. In the previous video, we learned that Lapino is a traitor and such, and then, yeah, and this was our first one, which is very sad. I think what I'm going to try to do is obviously I think I mentioned this at the end of the last part. I'm going to focus on these ones. I want to get all the, I'll get all these done first, and then I'll get whatever the crystal truth one is, and then I'll focus on that one, because I'm pretty sure this is the Ibert's one, and this is the, the artifact that defeated lost gods, because that looks just like that thing. And since that one has the most ones, I think I'll do that. There's 24 stories, and we've gotten 2 of them. So yeah, I think what I'm going to end up doing is I'll just focus on all of these first, and maybe and even to that extent, I'll probably maybe do Lapino's thing. So my guess is I need to do, I think it's like those first 3 things that are really the big ones. So I need to rescue Lapino, of course. And then I need to... Well, then again, there's 2 of them. I forgot that there's another choice that you make after you rescue him. It's either find Zenobia, and then do something else. You can accept his plan at the beginning there and then do something else. So let's just do all... I think let's try all of those first.
Lapino.
Maybe I shouldn't have skipped that. Maybe his things would have changed. You know what? I'll do that next time.
Had apparently managed to confuse the judge by arguing that he hadn't actually stolen a winged horse. He'd only sold it. But
now I'm back over here.
Where was the prison? The village was empty. Had everybody fled the ravens?
So I have enough win essence finally. I need a lot more ore. The good news is about the whole
That was odd. Reynardo had been here, at this exact place, at this exact time. But this time, there were so many more ravens. Reynardo looked around the empty village. How had he ever imagined Lapino was anything but a traitor? Any honest rabbit would have fled with the villagers.
Reynardo checked to make sure his sword was still working.
Yep.
Strange that they're not letting me bust that one, but whatever. I actually do find it interesting that they're that even like these little bits in between
And I was just getting warmed up, he thought.
that it's interesting that those oh wow, okay, so I still get a gem from these chests that I opened up. Interesting. I find it interesting that even like these little interactions, like the little bit of the stories where I'm just walking around like this.
His mother had never let him wave his sword around at home. He guessed he was still compensating for that.
But it's interesting that the when I'm just walking around and, you know, when the story thing comes up every now and then, it's very interesting that it mentions like, oh, like learning these truths and such. Like give them some insight into some things. Like it's just adding more stuff, which I really like that a lot.
When Reynardo went to the china shop, for some reason the owner was always nervous.
Okay. Oh. Oh, but I could either jump down or I could go that way still. Interesting.
That would come in handy in a pinch.
First time for everyone but Reynardo encountering an attack at the last a few seconds. Attacks enemies at a distance auto activates when reaching a certain combo threshold. Close to enough ore, I just need 8 more. Which I think I'll get by doing this.
That's what they meant by a firewall. What unlocks a firewall?
Reynardo wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
Elemental resistance. Okay, so no ore here. But the good news is I don't think there's any and here's the question. Do I get more ore going this way, or do I get more ore going this way? Let's go this way. Because I haven't gone this way.
Ravens were landing everywhere. The advance guard. He'd better get moving. If they got to Lupino first, they'd eat him for breakfast. Or a snack. Ravens weren't picky. If they got hungry, they sometimes forgot to interrogate their prisoners. Even top spies like Lupino. Well, unless he really was a traitor, obviously. Then they'd probably pin a medal on his chest.
See, I like that. It's like getting some more story bits in here, which is really cool once you learn the truth.
There was still no sign of Lupino. Not a hair. Not a pellet. Was he hiding in the cemetery further down the road? That didn't seem like him.
Ah, I'm so close of getting enough ore. Just need 2 more and then I can make the final sword. Because there is a door now that I remember there is a door, but I don't think I'll be able to open it this time around.
Don't get ahead of yourself, lad. Lupino would betray him. But now Reynardo knew that. What would Lupino do if he knew that Lupino was going to betray him? Well, he'd concoct some crazy scheme, wouldn't he? That used Lupino's betrayal against him and it would blow up in his face. Yeah. Maybe he was overthinking this. Well, that would be a first.
There's also there's a trophy for beating a level without getting hurt. Obviously, I'm not going to get this one, but let's see. Yep, not quite enough ores yet. Plus, we haven't even gotten to a workbench between that ore and this.
One fox, no waiting.
I wonder how much what your total level needs to be in order to get all your skills. Well, I'll look at that once I get the option again. Okay, I'm not gonna skip this just in case they have like
Reynardo
a whole.
finally reached Lupino. The rabbit was practicing his shuffle. Reynardo recognized the cards. It was Lupino's favorite deck. Oh, I thought you were in danger. I am. The ravens are coming. Oh, the prison thing. Right, yeah, see, this guard owed me 53 ducats, so we made a deal. They're very reasonable people, actually, for weasels. Now, I got a brilliant plan to kidnap Zenobia. We capture Zenobia, we find out what she knows, and that's the whole war right there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Capture the Emperor's greatest general, who happened to also be a deadly sorcerer, and, oh, his only daughter? That would be worth it. And it would be nice to see her. He'd always had a soft spot for her. And he felt sure she had one for him. On the other hand, he could still get to the core of the Sky Ripper, even if he couldn't get the whole thing. It must have great power.
Okay, so if we capture her again. Yeah, you know, let's keep going down this path just a little bit.
She'd been Reynardo's best friend in Swordfu school. And you're still mad for her. The rabbit reminded him. The rabbit had a point. And Reynardo had a feeling she'd want to see him
Then I
again.
will follow
Who knows
his
what could
stupid
happen between
plan.
the two of them this time around. She knows all his plans, chuckled the master spy. She won't give them up easily. She'll tell the interrogators, all right, said Lapino. Taking her would change the game, all right. The city was already under Zenobia's control. I had to admire her efficiency. Reynardo shivered at the thought of Zenobia at the mercy of the interrogators. Could he really turn her over to them? But this was war. It wasn't meant to be pretty.
I have enough stuff to make the final blade. Good. Now I just need to find a workbench. Hopefully I find one before it's like, oh, here's a gate. No, wait, hold on. This is actually the way to go. That's the way to go. I remember from the previous part. Oh, fuck you.
There was a cat in this one, and something useful.
More ores, oh, it's great. In essence. The good news is I think I only need to because I don't think I can upgrade that fire sword anymore. Unless, for whatever reason, new upgrades will be available once I get all the swords, which I don't think is the case, but I don't know, we'll see.
He was sort of yanking his own chain, wasn't he?
Not enough. There we go. Oh, I'm so close to getting a level up. Actually, wouldn't mind going down the one path of the sewers again. Yeah, these two are at maximum. I need some more water essence and a lot more ore.
This sword from the mystical east could make time itself slow for you.
So I need at least 200 ore and a lot more of wind essences.
This couldn't be good for global warming.
Critical chance. I mean, I like the shield one. Of course, the treasure hunter one's gonna be good until I no longer need ore and stuff like that, so for now. That's not bad, but I might as well put this on for now. Just so it's like, oh, hey, you got more stuff. This is one of those weird things, like, I don't find the level 2 ones unless I'm actually wearing the thing, so.
Why was Lupino urging him to capture Zenobia? Obviously it was a trap. But you never knew how Lupino thought. Sometimes his plans were so convoluted they did the exact opposite to what Lupino wanted. Yeah, there must be some way to play on that, Reynardo thought. If only he had some way to break the ice. Or convince it he was a friend.
And here's my level 2. So should I keep going that way or should I go... Let's go this way. I'll go down the sewer way the next time. I gotta do my best not to go through it right away as well.
Say goodnight,
Ow.
Gracie, said Reynardo, wondering who Gracie was.
Good night, Gracie. Ah, shoot, what's that a reference of? Fuck. So, I didn't mention this before, but I think the book that that rabbit had in, like, the first, I guess, the prologue, not really a chapter, that is the book that we have right now. Like, that's what's showing us all of these destinies.
So, what's this plan of yours? Use me as bait, said Lupino. And he outlined a slightly complicated plan that involved geese, a net, setting the Farfarer a little bit on fire, Lupino dressing as an old blind toad, and Reynardo hiding inside a monstrous watermelon. What could possibly go wrong? Thought Reynardo. Oh, this is gonna be fun, said Lupino, as he ran to go set up his marvelous plan.
Yeah, you go do your marvelous plan.
There was a pleasant breeze coming through that door. Had it been closed before?
Dear Zenobia, as you read this letter, you are locked in your chambers, ready to spend your last night before, well, you know, I will not apologize. I know you are too proud to forgive me. I also know you won't resist reading through you, though you are a cat, as much as I have tried to educate you like a proper toad. I swear to you, and you have to believe me that I did not plan all this when I adopted you. You have always been my special little kitten. That is why I am writing this now, weeks in advance. I know I will not have the heart to do it the night of the sacrifice. If I think of you as my daughter, then I may change my mind. You must think I am selfish, and yes, I am a selfish, but sad little toad that's afraid to die. But what I am doing will ultimately serve the greater good. I want the power, I want it all, and so I will keep my subjects content. Peace for eternity. Even if you hate me now, you can still respect that. You have to. It is the only way I can forgive myself for doing this to you. I will miss you for eternity. Tomorrow I'll try not to make a scene. Everyone will be watching. Still with love, Father. Ooh.
Not everyone knew how to use magical gems. Of course, not everyone had magical gem gauntlets like he did.
Alright, what do I get? Ah, damn
Reynardo
it.
felt dubious about the whole plan. With every step, he was waiting for it all to go horribly wrong. But against all odds, Peppino's idiotic plan worked. Zenobia's ravens ran off after the geese, the net dropped, and Reynardo jumped out of the watermelon and put his sword to Zenobia's throat. "Reynardo," she said, "are those new scars? They look good on you. You never returned my velvet jacket. It was my favorite. You look stupid in velvet. Ah, what does an imperial princess know about style? Ah, get a room, you two," said Lupino, probably sensing the chemistry. But the fleet was coming on fast, so they took Zenobia east, over the Nexus. She'd vanished from Swordfu School, from his life, without even saying goodbye, without ever telling him she was the Emperor's adopted daughter. Reynardo was aware of her feelings. Maybe this was a bad idea, but was he letting his own feelings get the better of him?
Alrighty. We're gonna go to interrogators again.
Lupino was right, Reynardo thought reluctantly. She knows things. She
We're gonna go-
recognized his look.
We're gonna go down
You're
this
taking me
path.
to the interrogators, aren't you? She said, wide-eyed. And then she jumped, with horror. Reynardo saw Zenobia plummeting. Then he saw the Nexus below them. Cats always land on their feet. "Ah, she'll head for the Imperial outpost," yelled Lupino. "You have to catch her." Cats can run faster, but foxes can run longer. If he ran, he could head her off before she reached her minions at the outpost. Well, he did love a good chase.
This is a different part of the island too.
He felt like Tarzan.
I think this is the area we were at. Fuck you. I was taking a little too much time for it to go.
It wasn't his fault. They looked so breakable.
Yeah, I'm going to need a lot more ore to level up these swords. Did not mean to do that. I just realized I haven't fought with all 4 of the swords, so like I'll go.
The platform used a hybrid propulsion system fueled by anti-gravity and wishful thinking.
I'll go wham, bam, bam, wham, bam, bam, wham, bam, bam, and wham, bam, bam.
Mysterious sword from the east made you so fast you could catch a fly with your chopsticks. If that's what you really wanted.
There's a trophy for like using everything. I'm assuming that means like use my healing thing for this, use whatever thing for this, use this thing for this, and use whatever thing for that, and then using like my grappling hook and everything, so.
This jewel was more
Attack
than
speed.
sparkly. It had arcane power and an engraving. To Cindy. He was closing on her. He could smell her fear. He tried not to think about the interrogators at the secret base. What they'd do to her. Maybe it didn't have to end that way. Maybe he could talk to her. But, after all, there were worse things the Imperials had done to friends of his. How could he have let her escape? Why hadn't he shackled her? Reynardo wasn't used to being on this side of the whole prisoner-jailer thing. Where was a workbench when you needed one? Oh, never mind.
Oh my god. That's the first time I died in this part, so. I took till chapter 3. Combo breaker.
Reynardo reached the outpost. The Imperials there were no match for him. Soon after, Zenobia limped up the path. When she realized he was already in front of her, she didn't even try to run. Oh, you left without saying goodbye. Again, he said, please. You're enjoying this a little too much. She said, shaken. Oh, spare us the chit-chat, would you? Said Lapino as he shackled her hands so she couldn't throw spells. She knows all his plans. All the way back to the Farfarer, Lapino nagged Reynardo about how the interrogators would pry all the intel out of Zenobia. How that would turn the tides in the imminent battle. All they had to do was take her to the rebels' secret base. Reynardo didn't like to think about what the interrogators would do to her. Couldn't he just talk to her?
I don't think there's anything new that happens here because I think this one's a straight there, so...
As they reached the ruins, Reynardo could see ravens everywhere, searching for the rebel base. They'd have to hide the Farfarer or go on foot. What if we get separated? Asked Lapino. For once, thinking ahead. I'll show you a map to the base. Reynardo told Lapino. Reynardo, don't do this, said Zenobia. We were friends once. We... Shut it, witch, or I'll shackle your mouth too, said Lapino. See? Reynardo thought. There was no way Lapino was working for the Empire. He really hated Zenobia. And then, a few moments later, they touched down.
The good news is we are now in a different place.
As Lapino pulled Zenobia off the Farfarer, Reynardo readied himself for the battle ahead. I'm sorry I nicked your jacket, she said. It's just... Oh, God. It's stupid, but... It smelled like you. What? He said, confused. Then... Why didn't you ride? Why didn't you far speak? Oh, save the romantic nostalgia. Let's go! Shrieked Lapino. So Reynardo launched himself down the path to the secret base. Impatient.
Now it's in here. Chest. Not a lot of ores. Like, there's not that many ores.
Sometimes, at home, he'd wave his sword around for hours.
Ooh, I love that the shadows even showed this stuff falling. That's quite impressive. I'll give, was Spearhead Games, I think, did this? If I'm remembering from the thing. I'll give them that.
Reynardo had been the terror of the sandcastles when he was 2.
My guess is that's the way to go because there's no return thing over there.
Ah, the road less traveled, thought Reynardo. How intriguing.
Energy on kill.
Whee! They caught their breath. It's beautiful.
Damn, this was the way to go.
She
Fuck
said,
you.
looking at the ruins. This used to be the library of Ubar, he said. Before your father's ravens smashed it. Do we have to talk politics? She asked. That's not how I want to remember you, she said with an odd, wistful look at her face. She was as beautiful as she'd ever been. And as brave. Lapino huffed. They got back on the trail.
Damn it. I hate when you accidentally go the right way. Ouch.
Well, the eyes have had it.
We should heal a little bit more than... Whoa, my lord, hello. Close your eyes.
We'll always have Paris, he thought. And then he died.
Oh. That's bullshit that... It's bullshit that the ones in the previous era came back. Well, it's not like they can really see me.
When I build my castle, thought Reynardo, all my gates are going to open with buttons, and all the levers will drop rocks at your head. I should really look for another line of work, he thought. And then he died.
Oh boy.
Reynardo felt ready to become faster, stronger, bolder. If only he could figure out which.
I mean, that's like smash all these, even though I don't think there'll be enemies that appear in here, because I feel like them just bringing up enemies in here after you just have to kind of go through other enemies would be a little
The rock
redundant.
felt hot in his hand. He could feel its secret power. As they made their way to the secret rebel base, Reynardo felt strange. Zenobia was his prisoner, yet somehow she felt more like an old friend. He wanted to tell her all his secrets, but suddenly the ruins lit up with thousands of fireworks. There was a thunderous roar and dust rose. The caves were collapsing. The caves! You've been playing me? Reynardo said, and he stared at Zenobia.
I'm sorry, she said, and she seemed almost embarrassed. Then everything went dark.
When Reynardo came to, he had a terrible headache. Also, Zenobia's sword was at his throat. And her shackles were gone. So was Lapino. The terrible thing is, he said, I really have missed you. Now that we've destroyed the rebellion, would you consider becoming an advisor to the Emperor's daughter?
I'm no one's servant. Everybody serves. Even if it's only destiny. I like to choose my own destinies, he said.
The whole point of a destiny is you can't choose. Oh, never mind, she said. Look, if I see you again, I'll have to kill you.
He watched her ship soar away. He would see her again, he decided. Even if he had to fight his way across the entire fleet.
I wonder if the final chapter is always this one, where you have to fight across the fleet.
The Imperial fleet was cleaning up the few rebel remnants. For only a moment, he thought about running.
But heroes don't run, even when the world is against them. Even when their cause is hopeless, and their efforts futile, and pointless, and useless, and death painful and guaranteed. He's decided to stop thinking for a while.
Kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill them all. I only got 8, I believe. I got 8 back every single time. Alright, now where are you gonna take me?
Maybe I should follow my nose, thought Reynardo.
Get the last thing on the first thing. Okay, let me look here. So this has 1. That has 3. That has 3. So that's 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. That has 3. No, I'm going to increase my sword energy.
Wanted to do that.
Physical resistance. That sounds really good. Oh, it's like, now what?
always a rush.
No, take me. Oh,
Reynardo's arm was sore, his armor wet with raven blood. He was tired of death. But death was not yet tired of him. The rebels were losing. Badly. In some other universe, Reynardo thought, he and Zenobia had left sword fu school together, taken other names and sailed off into the mists. But not this Zenobia, and not him. For him, there was nothing to do but forge ahead. Kill the Emperor and end it.
Ravens didn't smell any better dead, Reynardo thought.
I didn't get hurt during that one. Progress so far of my trying to get through a chapter without dying. Shit.
What did you do if one of these platforms stalled?
Oh, we're all the way over here already. Damn. So it's crazy that doing everything that Lapino won. Now, granted, we haven't figured that out yet, but I'm actually curious if we'd still find out if he's the traitor during this route. Or if we find out that Zenobia has feelings for Reynardo. Ow. Fuck! Oh, I died. You know what's so weird? Is a toad is like, wow, I didn't even get healed from that. That's dumb. A toad is like leading the,
At last,
ravens.
he reached the Emperor's ship. Zenobia was there. Why'd you have to come back? She said, guess I'm just serving my destiny. He shrugged. You don't even know what that word means. She said, do you ever wonder if things have been different all the time? She said, and drew her sword. In the end, Reynardo lay bleeding out on the deck. Zenobia sat by his side, upset. What are you so upset about? He asked. You wouldn't understand. Why didn't you tell me you were going to leave school? I was afraid you'd convince me not to. I guess I'll have to buy you a drink in the halls of the Valiant then, he told her. And then he was gone. And just like that, he was alive again. And back on the Farfarer, still fleeing burning Ubar. The book was still open before him. So, the book was a portal. It took you to the future when your destinies would branch. He had failed and died 3 times, and he hadn't learned anything new this time. He'd done the same thing twice, yet expected a different outcome.
Okay. Walking the cat. What kind of hero are you? A hero who doesn't run even when the whole world is against him. Got some ore. Truth Finder unlocked. The Truth Finder will help you find the paths that lead to truths you have not found yet. Look for this icon when making choices in the book. This option can be toggled in the gameplay options menu. Yeah, but I don't want that. Walking the cat. Except, so, I did... I don't think I did anything, like... There wasn't another option, so I think I've done everything on that one branch of... Except for convincing her myself when we catch her. So what I'll probably do the next time is I will rescue Lapino. I'll find Zenobia, and I'll accept his plan, but then I'll try to convince her to, like, hey, turn on your father. I'm actually quite curious if only the truth finders right here, I wonder if them are right here. Because, I mean, I highly doubt you'd learn that, like, oh yeah, she cares about you if I did this one. Did I just really get lucky then with these first two? I must have. But yeah, that's going to do it for this part. In of sadness, she killed the fox. Reynardo chased after Zenobia. He unfortunately was no match for her. I'm not touching the thing. I think I'm experiencing some drift on my controller, which I guess doesn't really affect me too much. But it's annoying. But anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this part of Let's Play Stories Paths of Destiny. In the next part, guys, we're going to continue on going to either... Oh, hold on.
But he was starting to feel like he was getting the hang of this. There was a way through to victory. He could feel it. He just had to keep running the path of Destinies. With that, the book fluttered back to the beginning, and he fell into it. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Reynardo. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Reynardo had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Reynardo really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Ah, there we are. I was about to say, I wonder if there's like an options. There is an options. Oh, it doesn't even show that in here, but I'm not gonna have that on. I'll find it eventually. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this part of Let's Play Stories Path of Destinies. The next part, guys, we're gonna keep going up this top path here to find out where we go. But don't worry, guys. At some point, I'll maybe go to another one, but don't worry. Actually, what was the name of that one? I didn't quite remember what it was. Oh, yeah, Walking the Cat. But yeah, guys, in the next part, we'll continue on. Who knows which one we'll get. We're going to do a few things that we've done before. And then we will do the one where it's like, oh, let's try to convince her to turn on her father because of her feelings type thing. We'll see. We'll see. So, yeah. And so thank you all so much for watching this video. Guys, if you liked the video, please give the like button a click. And comment down below what you like about the video, didn't like about the video. And let me know what you guys think of, I guess, this ending. It's very interesting for sure to me. So, yeah. And as always, guys, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a beat. And subscribe to my main channel, too. That's in the description below. As well as follow me on Twitter. Both of my main Twitter, RBG, Kim Kid Twitter are in there too. Thank you all so much for watching once again. And I will see you all next time.